Is it possible to code with a mobile phone? Of course, yes. It is possible to code with a mobile phone. And so friends, in this video tutorial today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to perform this action using any mobile device of your choice. And so my name is Nelson. Welcome back to Coding Chess and stick around. Welcome back friends. So right now I need you all to get your Android phones and let's head over to the Play Store. So here's my Play Store and I need two apps for this. So I need the first app, which is coding Python, because I'm gonna make some example using Python. So here goes the app, and you can see it's coding Python. So it says to me open because I already have this downloaded. You understand? So if you don't have this downloaded, you could go ahead, just click the download, the install. You see the OnePlus NA2211 below this, how the button says install. So you could just go ahead, click install if you don't have this downloaded, and it's gonna enter your phone. Then the second app I'm gonna need for this is Trap Edit. Trap Edit. So you see Trap Edit. Trap Edit is a mobile HTML editor. So you could use Trap Edit for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Basically, or more to say, you could use Trap Edit for web development and web designing. You understand? So more to say, in this video, I'm going to be coding in Python, and I'm also going to be coding HTML and CSS. So I have this downloaded, so I could go ahead, just click open, but let me just go back. Yeah, let me minimize this and then switch over to the app. So you see it in here, my dashboard here. I already have the two apps. So let me start with the first one, coding Python. So I go ahead, click this, and it opens up. So it welcomes us with some code snippet. And if you're good in Python, or maybe you have little or vague idea of Python, that's cool. You don't need to stress yourself so much, but this is something basic and it's pretty much easy. So let me just go ahead and explain this quickly for you. So you could see import time here, which simply means or says import the time module, the Python time module, you understand? Because you want to use the time module inside here. That's why we say import time. Then t equals to time dot local time open bracket. Then inside it says time dot time, then another open bracket and close bracket. So this t now is a variable holding a value of time dot local time. You understand? So this dot local time is a method to this time, or you could also say we also do call methods functions most times in programming. And you know, methods could take arguments. You understand? Methods do take arguments. So not all the time. They could take one, two, or three. So inside this local time method, you see we have an argument which says time dot time open bracket and close bracket. Then we now beneath that we now have local time equals time dot x time open bracket t. So you see another method, ASC time, or you could say x time open bracket t. It takes another method. It takes another argument, sorry, t. Then beneath that we now have a string to appear, a string which says takes in a value current time in strings plus time dot ASC time open bracket t close bracket. So this current time plus time, this is simply, this value is holding concatenated, this variable, sorry, is holding a concatenated value. So this how we perform concatenation in Python, you understand, with the plus. So the print statement, the print is a function if you don't know. So the print now takes in an argument itself, and the argument now is the output in which is going to display to see, you understand. So it says print str, which is print the variable str. So let's go ahead and run this first. So I've run this. So you see current time, it says today is Thursday, November 30th in my local country, and it's also the local time here is 10:54. So it's correct. It's absolutely correct. Perfect. So let's go back. Yep. So let's come down and code ourselves. You understand? Because that's the most interesting thing. So let me just leave that. Let me just leave that. So beneath that, you see you have a tab which contains like special characters for you. You could make use of in Python. You have double quotation here. You have exclamation mark, you have the forward slash, equal to, and the rest of that you could make use of. So they just make work so easy for you and simplified. So let me kickstart. So I'm gonna say A. Let me just say A. I'm not gonna make this so difficult for the begin because I know that many people that are gonna watch this are basically gonna be beginners. You understand? Because I myself I did start with a mobile phone. You understand? Before I progressed from to having a system, a laptop. You understand? So I'm gonna say A equal to 2, and I'm gonna close this semicolon. Then I'm gonna say B equal to 3. Yeah, then a semicolon again to close the statement. You understand? So we use semicolons in closing statements. So I'm now going to say C. Let's C taking a variable of A. Okay, sorry, typo. Let's see taking a variable of A plus B. So you see, so instead of me coming here looking for the plus, making use of this plus, I just swipe to the left and here goes the plus for me. Plus C. You understand? Then I'm gonna close this up with a semicolon. Semicolon also. Semicolon closer, a semicolon. Yeah, perfect. So let's come beneath this and I'm gonna call it print statement. I'm gonna say print. Okay, it auto generates that for me. So I'm gonna say print C. Print C. So let's run this. Okay. C is not defined. Okay, hold on. I think we've okay, we have an error. So you see, let's go back. Okay, my bad. A, not A plus C, is gonna be A plus B. You understand? So let's run this now. It's gonna be perfect. So you see, above here, C is 5. Beneath the current term, C is equal to 5. So let's print a string statement. So let me come beneath this and say print. Let's go ahead printing the common popular hello world. Hello world, and then let's close this as usual with a semicolon. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this again, and you see, yeah, voila, hello world, beautiful. So how about let's perform some some concatenation just as the one above the above in the string variable. So let me try some myself. So instead of me to say print C, so let me say print, let me say answer. Okay, let me put this in a string and I'm gonna say sum because we're performing the mathematical sum. I need the mathematical sum of A and B, so that's what we're basically doing. I'm gonna say sum plus, so let's go get our plus I'm concatenating. So this plus we use it for concatenation in Python, sum plus C. So let's now go check our output. So let's run this and you see, oh, we've gotten an error. It says can only concatenate string, not integer to string. You understand? So let me show you, let me explain this for you guys. So me myself, I do more of browsing. So most of the times if I get errors, I just quickly rush to my web browser and go check out what I got on error. So let me minimize this. So let me go visit my Chrome, my Google Chrome, and this is a website, W3 School. It's a good website for beginners and also for intermediates and perfect developers. You understand? So everyone can come here, visit this, and learn a lot. So here, I searched Python string concatenation. You could go ahead and search this in your tab. So it says string concatenation means add strings together. So that's basically what we're doing, adding of strings together. So let's go beneath this. It says if you try to combine a string and a number, Python will give you an error. So you see, that's a very good hint for us. So let's visit our code in Python back. So back here now in our code editor, you see, I tried concatenating a string and an integer number because C is going to return to us an integer value, a value of int. You understand? So you see, I am wrong. So let's go ahead correcting this. So correcting this, I don't even need to concatenate anything at all. So I'm just going to leave it in print C. So let me run. It still gives us 5. So it's still more advisable and Perfect. Maybe if you want to go ahead doing your concatenation, you could just say print, yep, print, let me concatenate, let me say good, good, yep, good. Then I'm gonna say plus, good, nope, good, my bad there, good morning, good morning. So let's check this out. So let's close this with a semicolon and run this. So you see, good morning, but this is not how this is meant to be because the words are meant to be separated. Good is meant to be on its own. Then in between, there's meant to be a gap in between good and morning. So let's go back and solve this. So in solving this, you could go ahead after the plus, just impute an empty string, then in between that another plus, yeah, another plus, good. Then let's run this. Okay, it's still not spaced out. So to do this, let's give a space here and let's run this. You see, good morning, perfect. So let's go back. So if you want to make things so easy for you, instead of doing this long way, so after the good, just give a single space. So let's run this. So you see, good morning, perfect. So I hope you do understand that you can now use coding Python as a good app, as a good Android app being provided for you to code in Python. So if you're a beginner learning Python or even an intermediate or whatsoever level you are as a programmer, you could use coding Python to code in Python as it welcomes the use of modules, variables, strings, integers, and a whole lot that you could explore with this. So I just did for you guys the basics. You understand? So you could do more for yourself by exploring this and know more. You understand? So that's it for coding Python. So let's head over to the second one, and the second one, which is trap edit. So let me click the trap edit. Trap edit. So in trap edit, you know how HTML works? You have to create a file to perform your code in which you're going to write your code. So I already have a file which I created and I named it oscar.html. Yeah, Oscar is the name of my brother, and that's why I just decided to name it oscar.html. So oscar.html file I've created. So if you want to create your own file and name it maybe junior.html, maybe it could be your junior brother. Funny, but whatsoever, you could just come to this place which says menu, click the menu, then click on learn to code. Okay, no, not learn to code, click on workspace. If you click on workspace, then click this button which has a plus in it. If you click the button, then go ahead, click in new project. If you click new project, just name this give this a name of a project in which you want to perform. You could just say new.html or whatsoever. So I'm not gonna go ahead doing this because I already have something I created. So I'm gonna now click oscar.html. So let me click the file. So when you create a file first, it welcomes you with a basic boilerplate. We call it boilerplate in HTML. You understand? A basic boilerplate snippet. So we have doc type HTML, HTML English, method chassis, UTF-8, title, page title. So let me change my page title. I don't want this page title. So I'm gonna change this to, let me just say HTML. So, or let me say web. Perfect. So you know how HTML works. So inside the body is where we're gonna perform all our coding. So inside the body, let me start with the P. So before I go ahead, by the left side, the edge of the left side, you could go ahead clicking it. You see HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So in whatever language you wanna code programming, you could click it. If it's CSS, you click it, it changes. It formats to CSS for you. If it's JS, you click it, it formats to JS for you. And by the right side of it, which is after the edge there, you see let, cons, function, and the rest of that you know is welcoming in Python, sorry, in JavaScript. So if it's HTML, you click HTML. So you see HTML elements, the div, anchor, image, class, ID, and so much more in the rest of that that you could use. So now we're putting in HTML, putting HTML. So I'm gonna say the P. Let me search. So you see we have the P tag. Click on P. Then I'm gonna say my my first web website. Let me just say my first website, and let's run this. So running this, you see this, my first website, it displays for you automatically. You understand? So let's go back again. Then after the P, let me get some other elements that would be good. So let me get the H1, so which is the heading. So we don't have the H1 here. If you check, you're not gonna see the H1. So if you don't see the H1 here, you could create one for yourself. So could go ahead, H1, then close this. Yep, H1. Then inside this, I'm just gonna say enough good enough. So you know the H1, the element, the text inside is gonna look big and bold. So let me run this. So you see good enough. So if I go ahead after the H1 and let me give another heading element, I'm gonna say H3. You're gonna see how little this is gonna be than H1. So I'm still gonna say good enough, so you could tell the difference for yourself. Good enough. Then let me run this. So you see, good enough. The first one, H1, is more big, is more bolder than the second one, the H3. So that's it. And after this, I'm gonna let me make another example. The form, the form. So let me check if I have a form tag here. So no form tag here. So I'm just gonna go ahead click creating it for myself. So I'm gonna say form, then let me close this up. So inside the form, I'm gonna have input. Okay, I'm gonna open this up and say input. Yep, and then let me close this up. So input. So you know how the input element works. Input. I'm gonna take in a type, then click this here. A type of text. Let's start with text. Then I'm gonna have an ID of, let me just say name. Yep. Then above that, I'm gonna have a label, and inside this label, I'm gonna say this to the name. So what's your name? So let's run this and see how it looks. So yep, my name is Nelson from Coding Chess. So let me just go ahead type in Nelson. So you see Nelson being typed inside the rectangle, the box. So let's go back. So you could test this out, like you could sort yourself. So aside the text, we have color. So let's run this. Click this. So you see you could select from any color you want. Red set, see changes to red. Yellow set, changes to yellow. So let's go back. So after color, we still have number, we have dates. Let's run this. Click this. So you see you select the date. You search for the date, select the, okay, let me click 12th of June 2024 set. So you see the date set automatically for me. So you have dates, and we have email run this. So inside here you're just gonna type in your email, so it's pretty easy. So we have email. We also do have, I think we have number. Yep, we should have number. Yeah, we have number. So you could go ahead visiting the website I told you guys about. W3 School is a good website to learn for beginners, intermediate, and whatsoever level you are as a programmer. You understand? So let's make some styling to this, because I don't think I like this. So let me start the H1, the good enough. So I'm gonna come after the head, and I'm gonna say style. You know how it's done? Okay, no. Open this up. I'm gonna say style. Then close this up. Then inside that, I'm gonna have my H1, then Yep, like this. Open curly bracket and close curly bracket. Then inside it, I'm gonna have a background. Okay, let me click my CSS. Yeah, it makes this much more easy for me. So background, you see it autofills it for you. Background, I'm gonna say background, let me say red so that's gonna be so obvious. And let's run. So you see the background color now is red. So I don't want the background to be red. I just want the text to be red. So for the text, you're gonna go ahead and say it to be color. So let's check for the color red. Let me get rid of this color red. Okay, let me say blue because we made use of red. So let's run this. Okay, I see red again. You see it's still red. So let me change this to the blue in which I wanted. So blue, let me run this. So you see the color is blue. You understand? So you could also change the font style, the font styling, or however you want to do it. So let me change the okay, let me give this a padding. I see a padding here. Padding, I'm gonna give this a padding of, let me say 10 10 pixel. Yeah, then let's run. Yeah, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see the padding now because I didn't give it a background color to make it so obvious. So let me go ahead giving this background so you're gonna see. So background. So this time let me come inside here and say pixel. Then for the background here, I'm gonna say background to be 10. No, I'm gonna say background to be our usual red. Yep, let's run this. So you see the pattern around is 10 pixel. So you can apply maybe 20. So let me say 20 and let's check this out. So you see 20 is wide enough. So let me make it so obvious so that you're gonna see it because you might be like, okay, I'm not seeing anything. So 50 is gonna be so obvious. So you see 50 is wide enough. So you have your padding, you also have your merging. Just go around, play with this URL position, top, right, bottom, left. I could see all that it's so familiar. You understand? So is this simple and I don't think there's anything else. So most of you guys asking me, can I use my phone to program? Can I use my phone to start something up? Can I use my you could use your phone to do literally anything and everything in which you want to do, you understand? But there's a certain level in which you're gonna need to do something maybe more sophisticated, then you have to introduce a laptop to what you're doing, you understand? But for a beginner basic level, as I did say earlier, I myself started using a phone and I used this trap edit when I started. That's why you see me, I'm so familiar with everything. I surfed around and I did many projects, you understand? I even made a Facebook login um page, you understand, myself, just a UI of a Facebook login page. And it was so cool for me then, like as a beginner doing something so realistic, so fantastic as of then. So you could do something cool yourself, you understand? So there's another file over here on top. It says index.html. If I click it, so uh this is a follow come snippet that comes along as you download trap edit. So let's run this. So you see the follow come snippet, how beautiful it is, how beautiful it is. So see over here, you can put your email, understand, and so much more you could do. So this is the little code snippet they did show you and provide for you. So perfect. And that's it from coding chess, and see you in my next video. And I hope you really did appreciate this, and don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe, as this will always help me, keeps me going and making more contents like this. And thanks guys, and see you next time. Bye.